Next up on Unity Live at GDC, we're talking the Mixer SDK from Microsoft.
Hello and welcome back to Unity Live at GDC. We are joined by Gersh from Microsoft Mixer. Thank you for joining us. It's great to have you here.
Hi. How you doing?
Pleasure to be here.
Please tell us about Mixer. What is Mixer?
Absolutely. Super excited to be here to talk to you about Mixer. So Mixer is a live streaming service from Microsoft with a twist. So the special thing that we have is whereas kind of state-of-the-art live streaming services, even at the low end, it's 10 seconds of latency. So if you're like, wow, that was really cool, 360 no scope, chances are like the game's actually over and you're on the next match, and the broadcaster's like, what are you talking about? I'm in a lobby. So it just the sub-second near real-time latency, it just changes the game because it feels like we are right now, like we're just talking.
It's a relevant conversation.
That's right. That's right. And so the first time where you go on Mixer and then you hear, "Hey Gersh, how's your day?" You're just like, the TV is talking to me. Like, it's just crazy. So and of course that that kind of leads into sort of our mission to improve discoverability for games.
Okay. So that's like the main value prop with this. You know,
Yeah.
you want to be able to get people's games out there, and you want to help them build their audience. Is that accurate?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what we're all about at Mixer, and it comes to products or people, and myself, I'm a lead over on the Mixer team,
cool.
and myself and the rest of the folks who are on my team, we're actually, all of us got our start as indie game devs somewhere in the business. So in this very area in GDC, I won an IGF award, did a bunch of games, came to Microsoft after that, and then likewise, very similar story for the other people on the Mixer team. So back then it was all about making games, like making the games was the hard part. And now, thanks to Unity, making games is significantly easier than it was. And as a side effect of that, there's a whole lot more games, which is great. It's great to have a lot of awesome, good content, but now the challenge is how do you discover that content? And so that's what I'm focused on. That's what my team is super focused on right now.
Okay.
So how can Unity developers get started with using Mixer?
Great question.
Yeah.
So the first thing to do is we're actually on the asset store. So if you go to the asset store, you search for Mixer. We were the first result last time I checked, and so we're above the cement mixer model. So that's a good win for us.
Brilliant.
Exactly.
And that cement mixer model guy is just changing it to Microsoft right now.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I mean, it's a battle, but you take your wins when you can. So here we are. Made it to the top. Made it to number one. So just click that button, download it, and then we've worked so hard with kind of our new revamp of the SDK to make it super simple. For anybody, and not just devs, but we're targeting artists, producers, kind of non-technical roles, doing some drag and drop with some prefabs, and then can integrate interactivity into their game.
So have you got like a demo in that package, or like can someone see how to kind of pick it apart?
Great question. Yeah, so we're trying to add examples for everything that we see people come up with. So for instance, someone says, man, I really want to, when someone gives me some ammo, pop their name over their head or something like that. Yeah. So we'll go do a sample like how do you pop the name over the head of the ammo, something, you guys are probably better with words, but like we sort of do that. So lots of examples were.
So you're continually adding to that asset store pack?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
And so I think we've got like a little example of how this looks for the player. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is an example of a game called Hyper Sentinel?
That's right.
Fantastic.
That's right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that real quick.
Cool. Okay. So Hyper Sentinel, I love this game. This is a game, really great video. Honestly, the most fun I have had gaming or otherwise entertainment in my life. So
that is a bold claim.
It is, but this lives up to it. So super successful on Kickstarter, this game, and the buttons you're seeing here are actually the buttons that when someone's streaming the game, you'll see. So as viewers, like if I'm streaming, you'll see this button. You can spawn asteroids, try to kill me. You can even control this little mixeroid, is what they call it.
Okay.
Because the latency is so low, like you can actually come and attack me. So you can help me, you can hurt me. There's points on the top, so attackers and defenders, and so you're not just watching, you're actually playing a game. Like you're all playing. Yeah, and this whole thing, without Mixer, the level's empty. But then once the viewers start trickling in, that's when they actually create the level. So every time you play, it's different based on whatever, if you're feeling like trolling me, we'll have a very different experience, which is more fun, honestly, than the other thing. But
so Go on.
No, it's fine.
No, I'm just curious as to how that works. So you're slowly sort of, you'd effectively start going to a game, create a lobby, and then you're effectively, the more people pile in, the more interesting it gets. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So one of the things I love about this game, and this goes to all the folks who want to do Mixer, is you got to think about game balance, and Hyper Sentinel really thought about game balance, and so they put you into groups, attackers, defenders, and they keep it roughly at a 50-50 so that you can't have too many attackers or too many defenders.
Yeah.
And then they also do things just like with a real level where if you want to spawn an enemy, the lower level enemies are easier to spawn initially, and then as the level progresses, you can unlock like some of the more powerful enemies, kill the player. Likewise, on the player side, you can spawn some of the some like invincibility, things like that, but it's limited. So as chat, as viewers, do you wait for later when you know it's going to get harder, or do you spend it now? So those are all interesting design decisions and thought and things that you get to think about as the audience.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts because I think like, you think about TV or you think even just things like YouTube where you're straight watching a video, you're watching a stream, like audience participation isn't big. Like there hasn't been any kind of innovation in that area. Like think of things like, I don't know, American Idol or something like that.
That's right.
Just voting-based systems.
That's right.
With this, you've got like, I guess you can kind of do pretty much anything you want.
Yeah, it really blurs the lines between playing and watching, and it's one of the things where at Mixer, we're fortunate enough to kind of be paving the trail. But like, if you go watch GDC and watch some of the announcements and watch just what's going on in this space, there will be a time where you'll watch whether it's some linear content or YouTube, and then you'll turn and you'll say, but how come I can't?
Yeah.
Why is it not? Nothing's happening. I'm clicking the video, nothing's happening. So
it's like when you give the little kids a Game Boy and they're just tapping the screen, like, why does it
exactly.
do a thing?
Yeah, they're like, it's broken.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to think about, actually. So there'll be some people that will go out there and create a game with Mixer in mind.
Yeah.
But people who've got existing games, can they now download Mixer and say, it'd be cool if I had this, and then just keep iterating on that content and adding it?
Absolutely.
That's really exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I love about Hyper Sentinel, because they had a full game ready to go, ready to ship.
Oh, okay. It wasn't made for this.
It wasn't made for Mixer.
No, it actually was not made for Mixer, although doesn't it look like it is. But a lot of this is, if you think about the games that you're building, it's you probably have a debug hook that says spawn enemy, or right? Or help plus. I mean, we all do, right?
Why not throw that open to the internet? Yeah, great idea.
Yeah, it turns out, like great examples like Goat Simulator. If you played that game, it's basically a collection of bugs, right?
Yeah.
So, but thrown in a game, and it's super entertaining.
It's true. That's so cool. And are people, sorry.
No, sorry, I was just thinking out loud. I don't know if it would be better to play it with friends or people you don't know. Because like your friends know your weaknesses, right? And they'd just be like, do it. Like, yeah.
Exactly. It's a different game, So like if you play with your friends, it depends on how they're feeling. I mean, it depends on your relationship.
It could destroy
I was going
you.
to say, like, you learn a lot about your friendships, I think, after you play Hyper Sentinel.
That's going to be on the back of the box.
Yeah, learn a lot about friendship.
Yeah.
That's weird. So if people are here at GDC and want to come and talk to you guys about Mixer, do you have like a space or a booth they can come meet you?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're very easy to find. We're right outside of the main expo hall, so you kind of can't miss us. And we really, really want to talk to people.
Yeah.
So like I said, our mission, what we're all about is we came from that space, the indie game dev space. We know how hard it is every single day to try to get discovered. And so if there's anything that I can do to go help your game to get discovered, then I want to do that. And then experiences like this, to be honest, they kind of market themselves, because they're fairly novel. But even so, we kind of do a little bit extra to make
outreach.
sure, to make sure to kind of amplify what the game developer is doing. So definitely hit us up at our booth. We've got a talk as well that I'll be giving. And then finally, for people watching online, Mixer dev info at Microsoft.com. So that's Mixer dev info at Microsoft.com. And please, 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 just let us know like what you're doing. If you're doing something cool, I personally want to hear about it, so that we can go make a big deal out of it.
Dude,
amazing.
Gersh, that's awesome. Thanks so much for coming.
Really lovely to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.